wiki.ezvid.com. Search Ezvid Wiki before you decide. Ezvid presents the 10 best Game of Thrones books. Let's get started with the list. Starting off our list at number 10. The official coloring book lets adults put their own chromatic spin on the detailed world and characters as described in the novels, not as depicted on the show. Think the dragons are the wrong reptilian hue? Get out your crayons and pencils. The thick paper doesn't bleed through and the artwork is well crafted. However, it omits most major characters. At number 9, the backstage workings of the show's early seasons are chronicled by author Brian Cogman in Inside Seasons 1 and 2. This book includes photos, storyboards, and interviews with the cast. The various storylines are explained to help fans keep track. This author's on the show's staff, and the book's lavishly produced for the price, but the cover is easily damaged. Coming in at number 8 on our list. Do you want to know what medieval cuisine tasted like? A Feast of Ice and Fire is a cookbook with recipes for many of the meals depicted in the show and described in the books, from the stuffed grape leaves of Dome to the almond-crusted trout of King's Landing. The recipes get high ratings from cooks, and it's a good introduction to regional cuisines. However, some of the ingredients are hard to find. Our newest choices can only be seen at wiki.ezvid.com. Go there now and search for Game of Thrones books, or simply click beneath this video. At number 7, Elio Garcia and Linda Antonson, moderators of the Westeros.org website, teamed with the author of the books to produce The World of Ice and Fire, a lavishly illustrated history of the Seven Kingdoms that fills in details not covered by the novels. The history is straight from Martin, and the calligraphy is beautiful, but the writing is dull. Moving up our list to number 6. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms collects 3 novellas about the history of Westeros. It doesn't have any of the characters from the main series, but it may scratch that Game of Thrones itch until Martin finishes the 6th novel, The Winds of Winter. It introduces 2 intriguing characters, and the novella length makes for quick reads. However, it's not as good as the main books. Halfway up our list at number 5. The author rushed A Feast for Crows into print when fans complained it was taking too long, and as a result his best characters, Tyrion Lannister, Jon Snow, and Daenerys Targaryen, are missing. The result is a slow-moving, talky low point for the series. At least Arya Stark is here, and Cersei Lannister is a strong villain, but the King's Moot goes on forever. At number 4, A Dance with Dragons is a return to form after the weak 4th volume in the series, with 2 of the best characters finally having their long-awaited meeting. But the book remains overlong and frequently tedious. The dragons in the title make it worth reading though. 3 fan-favorite characters return, and you see the dragons finally grow up. However, there's too much irrelevant detail. Nearing the top of our list at number 3, A Clash of Kings, the 2nd volume of the series, establishes the major players in the war for control of the 7 kingdoms of Westeros, but never quite achieves the masterly character development and suspense of the first book. It climaxes with an epic battle and introduces strong female characters, but the writing plods a bit at times. Our newest choices can only be seen at wiki.ezvid.com. Go there now and search for Game of Thrones books, or simply click beneath this video. At number 2, in the 3rd book of the series, A Storm of Swords, events accelerate with more plot twists and powerful narrative developments than in any book since the first. The now famous Red Wedding sequence is the moment that convinced HBO a TV version might work. The characters evolve realistically, and the ending leaves you craving more. However, the opening chapters drag somewhat. And taking the top spot on our list, in Game of Thrones, the author creates alternate versions of Europe and Asia in the late Middle Ages, and depicts them from the viewpoints of 8 members of 3 families, the Starks, the Lannisters, and the Targaryens, launching a riveting tale of war and betrayal. The characters are brilliantly drawn, and it includes powerful and startling plot twists. The fantasy elements are added subtly. Our newest choices can only be seen at wiki.ezvid.com. Go there now and search for Game of Thrones books, or simply click beneath this video.